Hey, it's Kyle here, and today I'll be talking about the Season 3 premiere of The Bad Batch. If you haven't watched the premiere yet, I'd encourage you to go watch the episodes first and then come back and watch this video, because this will include spoilers. So, this is your spoiler warning, so at this point, hey, I warned you. So let's talk about the Season 3 premiere of The Bad Batch. Overall, I really enjoyed it. No, I'll say, do I think any of these 3 episodes will go down as one of my favorite episodes of the series overall? No. But I still really enjoyed them. Specifically episode 1 and 3. I really love that kind of Mount Tantess arc and Omega and Crosshair in prison. Episode 2 kind of felt like a little standalone episode between the Tantess arc. I'm kind of glad they included it as a part of this Season 3 premiere, because I'm not sure how that episode 2 would have played as a standalone episode. I think it would have felt like a little bit of a letdown. So including it as a part of the premiere, I think it kind of made it feel a little bit more connected to the opening of the series. And I also have a feeling that some elements of episode 2 will come in later in the season, and that will make this episode feel a little bit more important and impactful to the overall season. But that's just a theory, so we'll see how that goes. First off, I figured I'd talk about episode 2 separate, because it seems like 1 and 3 go together. So maybe talk about 2 first. I did enjoy that we get to see how, or not enjoy, I guess, I found it interesting. We get to see how Wrecker and Hunter have been impacted by the loss of Omega and Tech. You can definitely see Hunter is just at his wit's end. He's just so desperate. He's not willing to wait just a couple of days for Rex and Echo to show up, where now Wrecker has kind of become more the voice of reason, which is a huge switch up from how the series first started. But I almost had to film that like Wrecker's almost feeling like I have to be strong just to keep Hunter together, because otherwise I think he's just going to lose it. You can just see like it's just eating Hunter up. He's going like he's taking risks. You feel like he's been doing this for several months now, that you can only imagine like he's probably almost got himself killed multiple times because he's willing to risk everything just to get Omega back. So it's very interesting that they quickly established how these events have impacted them. When they go to this planet where they think there's a lead that Omega might be there, I thought it was a really cool touch that we ran into some younger clones. I was not expecting that. And again, this to me connects a little bit of the Tantess arc with Omega and Crosshair, where the clones on this planet who've been abandoned and for very good reasons have kind of given up hope. And so they kind of feel a little bit more like Crosshair. But Hunter and Wrecker still have hope that they can save Omega. And, they're very much like Omega. Omega is maintaining hope in Tantess that things can get better and they can escape and they can be reunited. And you see how this this hope and this willing to sacrifice to save somebody kind of inspires these young clones to go like, maybe even though everybody's been awful to us and basically just abandoned us and pretty much just left us for dead, there is so good out there. We can still kind of accomplish what we thought we were made to do. Let's step up and help Hunter and Wrecker. The action sequences I thought were pretty cool in episode 2. And I did like the little line at the end as they're getting away, and Hunter mentions he'll drop them off of this island. So I don't know, that will be Pabu. I have a feeling that these young clones are going to come back later in the season, and then I'm hoping there's a chance for Omega to interact with them. It could be really great to kind of see her to interact with people that are closer to her age, and just see what that is like. And that's why I have a feeling episode 2 will feel a little bit more important later in the season, because I have a feeling that these 3 young clones we met are going to play a much bigger role later in the season than some people are expecting. Let's go episode 1 and 3, which, like I said, I really enjoyed a lot. Weirdly, as I was watching episode 1, the thought came up like, this is really reminding me a lot of like the themes of the Shawshank Redemption, weirdly, where, Omega is very much like Andy. She's just trying to find ways to make a positive impact and keep her hope alive and keep a little light burning in her soul, that, she's still a good person. She's not giving up. She's not just going to wither away and die. She still believes good things are possible, and she's going to make it happen. Even if it's just like little small acts of kindness, which are small acts of rebellion against the Empire. So like little things like just going by to talk to Crosshair, befriending the wild beast in the Empire's animal enclosures in the bottom that they use for, basically guard animals, feeding it, and then helping to treat it when it's been injured, and then setting it go when she finds out that the Empire is going to have it executed. Making her little doll and hiding it to try to bring back a little elements of her life. It reminded me very much of, Andy's commitment to getting a library really expanded, and, bringing music and culture into the library as a little way to try to just keep hope alive in the prisoners. Omega's trying to do the same thing. On the opposite side, you see Crosshair, who's clearly just given up hope. And I think a lot of the other clones you see have just given up hope, and they're just like withering away. And you see eventually towards the end of episode 3 that, Omega's finally began to reach Crosshair a little bit. And he's still more on the pessimistic side than Omega, but at least she's inspired him to try and not just give up. I'm kind of curious about Emery and that clone, because in some ways you feel like she's given up and she's kind of like going along with whatever the Empire says, and like, there's no point of disobeying, it's just easier if we obey, and if you follow the rules, hopefully, the Empire won't come down onto you too hard. But at the same time, she does have a little small act of kindness and rebellion herself when she gives Omega's doll back at one point. But at the same time, and then in episode 3, when she has a chance to either choose, like, am I going to try to, let Omega escape or try to keep her here? She chooses to try to keep her there and, not let her escape. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens with that character. Hopefully we get more of a story arc with her. I'd be a little disappointed if we don't get a whole lot more with her throughout the season. So I'm hoping we will. Hemlock is still an amazing villain. I think he's one of the best villains Star Wars has introduced in animated live action on TV. He is such a amazing villain. You just hate everything about him, but at the same time he's interesting, and every time he's in a scene, he adds something to the story. So I think he's been an amazing addition to the series, and I'm very interested to see what happens with him throughout the season. And of course, we get the big reveal that the main experiment that they're working on when the Emperor comes to visit is Project Necromancer, and it is kind of revealed that clearly they're trying to do some cloning and maintain the M count, so the midichlorian. So they're obviously this is connected to the next 30, 40 years or so of Palpatine trying to have a clone that has force powers, and we get the reveal that Omega's blood is able to help and stuff like that. I believe this means that that she was an early experiment maybe to try to give force powers, but they didn't really understand the more spiritual side of the force, so they just like, well, let's figure out how to get midichlorians in her blood, and that's it. So I think that's why there was always this interest, like, Omega's important, we have to keep her away from the Empire, because I think they didn't really I think they knew they would be in trouble if the Emperor found out they were messing around with clones and trying to give them force powers. So I'm interested to see maybe a little bit more of that. Obviously, I think that'll be the overall arc. I was very surprised that Omega was able to get away from Mount Tantess on her own. I assumed that was going to be a big Bad Batch thing. I actually assumed she was going to be there the entire season, and then there'd be a big showdown. I have a feeling we're not done seeing Omega at Mount Tantess. My, theory is, the Empire will be trying to track her down for a few episodes. Eventually, they will capture her, take her back to Mount Tantess, and then there will be a rescue attempt there, and we'll have one big final showdown at Mount Tantess. So that's my theory. We'll see if that happens, because I would be kind of disappointed if we don't see much more of Mount Tantess. I was really hoping for a big showdown between the Bad Batch and the Empire at Tantess. So we'll see if we we'll get that or not. But anyway, let me know, what did you think about the season 3 premiere of The Bad Batch? What did you like? What didn't like? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed my video, hit the like button. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the support. I apologize if my voice has been fading out. I was sick early in the week and my throat is still recovering. So I'm just glad my voice lasted the end of this entire video. So hopefully I'll be in better shape for next week's reaction. But be sure if you're watching The Bad Batch, come back every week. I'll post my review the day after the episode comes out. So thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time. And may the Force be with you.